What's up, everybody? You were tuned in to the Cris
And Maul.
podcast, episode 83, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday afternoon, whether you're at work, whether you're off, whatever you're doing today. I hope you're having a great day. We got a lot of things to speak on. Another great pod ahead of you guys. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And we are back, Crystal Mall podcast, episode 83, Big Energy Monday. Mall, what is going on?
Shit, not much, bro. Feeling good, man. Just came from the chiropractor, bro. Get a little swiggle in the hips, man. Feeling good. So feeling good, man. How you doing though?
I'm good, man. I need to take my butt to the chiropractor. Back
Felt
hurt.
good, man. Felt good.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, man. Let's get into these topics, brother.
Let's do it.
NFL, NBA final recap. Um, had a couple games these past weekend. The first one was on Thursday,
Yeah, Thursday and then yesterday.
yesterday.
Mhm.
So, what were your overall thoughts of both games?
Well, it's kind of um so pretty much my whole opinion is pretty much about both of the games from what I've seen. Overall, Luka's been playing amazing. That first game with Chris Porzingis, man, he kind of just did something that we're just not gonna see, bro. Like he came out, was on fire. I think he had like 16 or 18 points within that first quarter and a half, man. He was out there looking like, Victor Wembanyama on defense. He was out there, looking like Kevin Durant on the offensive side. He just had the perfect game. Jaylen Brown has been looking amazing. He's kind of like to me, he's low key been kind of solidifying that he's been the best player of the Boston Celtics, and I've been low key kind of been saying this for the last couple of years that I believe Jaylen Brown has been the best player on that Celtics team more so than Jason Tatum. And I think Brown has proven that time and time again in these playoffs and in playoffs in the past. I get people love Tatum, but I've always had a hesitancy of putting him in that category of him being one of the best players in our game when I don't even think he's the best player of his own team. But overall, man, I'm still waiting on Kyrie to show up. Like Kyrie has not done anything in this NBA Finals that has us assuming that this was going to be a good series just based on his play overall this entire NBA playoffs, especially that last series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He kind of like just came out. We saw the Kyrie of of Cleveland. You know what I mean? When they came back 3-1 when he was playing with LeBron, where he was averaging almost 30 points a game. So we're all still waiting to see that Kyrie. I've also been a little kind of disappointed in Jay Kidd and kind of like the schemes that he's been kind of going about with, especially on the offensive side. They're playing too much one-on-one. I think the ball needs to kind of be moved around a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing Luka play down in the post a little bit more because he will be able to get that double team that will be able to get those 3-point shooters a little bit more open, man. It just seems like the Boston knows what they're gonna do. It just seems like Kyrie. It just seems like Luka takes his turns, then Kyrie takes his turns, and then every now and then they'll try to feed one of the other players, one of the other guys like PJ Washington and all that. So I would love for them to play Tim Hardaway Jr. a little bit more. I don't know why he's not getting any playing time. I've liked Tim Hardaway Jr.'s game. Derek Lively Jr. is really showing why he's a rookie right now. He's done pretty much dumb things, dumb fouls, miscommunications on the defensive end. They just haven't looked like the Dallas Mavericks that we've seen throughout this entire playoffs. You know what I mean? You know, throwing up lobs, getting in their corner threes, what they've been known for. So I'm expecting a better performance from these guys at home. But we got to see what's up, man. At the end of the day, you know, and then on top of that, you know, it obviously with the Kristaps, the big thing is what's going to happen when Kristaps presents his injury. Like it seems like he did re-injure that calf, so they say he's going to play, but we got to see if that affects him on the defensive end. As I said before in Game 1, we're not going to see what Kristaps Porzingis did in Game 1. That's not going to happen again. But will that affect him being able, you know, to run up and down the floor, switch on pick and rolls, stuff like that? So we'll see.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I just feel like Dallas is playing too much just ISO ball, too much, like you said, Luca, he gets a turn, he, tries to score, and then, Kyrie does his thing, but there's no like cohesiveness. Like Boston has a little bit more cohesive because Tatum is not really playing that good. Like he has played good these past two games, especially last game. He was terrible. But Drew Holiday and some of the other players play pretty well.
Yeah.
So, and they're just a little bit more of a well-oiled machine over there. So they got to get it together. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if they got to go back to the drawing board. But they got to Dallas got to get it together, man. And Kyrie can't continue to play like he's been playing. Luka's been balling, but
Yeah.
Kyrie can't continue to play.
I just think I think they also need to get out of that zone defense. I think it just plays into the Celtics' hand. I think they need to just kind of suck it up and man up. If they need to flash a little bit of double teams here and there, depending on who's hot at the time, whether it could be Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Drew Holiday, whoever it is, then do so. Then do so by that means. But I think they should just from out the get just stop with the zone defense because they're just getting wide open threes. They're able to collapse the defense by driving into lanes and passing it out. You know what I mean? It just looks too easy. You know what I mean? And yesterday should have been a game that they won because Boston wasn't hitting their threes. I think they were like 0 for their first 12 or something like that before Al Horford finally hit their first three at the end of the first half or first quarter. But I still got hope for Dallas, man. It's just I haven't seen enough for me to think that they can steal both games at home. I wouldn't say still, but get both wins at home. But we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna need to see Uncle Drew. We're gonna need to see Kyrie, be very explosive. But at the same time, they need to also get other players involved. It can't just be Kyrie, Luca, and then we're gonna feed PJ Washington in the post every now and then. We're gonna try to get Derek Lively alley oop every now and then, stuff like that. And then also, it's also kind of funny to me that the Boston Celtics, a team that shoots so many 3-pointers, has such a big disparity with free throws. Like they get all the free throws compared to all the teams that have faced in the playoffs. For a team that shoots so many threes, I've always known it to be kind of different. You know what I mean? Like they're not the physical team. They're going to run fast paced and shoot threes as much as they can. So for them to get, for the disparity of the free throw from the Celtics to the Mavericks, it's pretty pretty big. So that's kind of a thing you got to kind of watch on that end too.
Yeah, for sure. What do you expect Game 3?
I said this to me. This is die or go home. You know what I mean? Mavericks got no choice but to win. They have to have their best game of the year for them to win this game. So with the Celtics, they've been very impressive on the road. I know we all can question and get more deep into who they've faced as far as like this run to the finals. We can get to that when the series is over. But yeah, I expect the Mavericks to play their best ball, man. I expect the Mavericks to win. I expect Kyrie to play amazing. I expect Luka and the rest of those guys to feel more comfortable playing at home. And with that crowd, like, you can't underestimate that Mavericks crowd. They're going to be loud. They're going to be, pretty heated up. So it should make for a really great game.
If the Dallas Mavericks get swept, will it be a disappointing series?
It's been a disappointing NBA playoffs completely. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there are other teams in the West that I'm sure a lot of us would have loved to see going up against this Boston Celtics team. But at the end of the day, with the Celtics getting kind of like the road that they've gotten, we all can attest that it was an easy road. They didn't have to play any kind of elite talent in a sense. There were some games they did, but it was a pretty easy role for them. And then, you kind of going up, I'm not making excuses for the Mavericks, but they are going up against a hurt Luka. You know what I mean? So Luka's not 100% as well. But yeah, it would be very disappointing. I expected this to be a little bit better, a lot better. Honestly, I had this going 7 games, but if it's a sweep, it's a sweep. But it's just gonna kind of really a testament to how bad this NBA playoff run was, just on the viewing perspective. You know what I mean? Because even if you look at some of the greater series that we have, even if you look at that, let's say the Minnesota Timberwolves Denver Nuggets series, a lot of those games were blowouts. It was a really good series in the sense of just going back and forth from win to win. But if you look at a lot of those games weren't really entertaining games. You know what I mean? There were a lot of blowouts. Like Minnesota blew them out the first 2 games, and then Denver blew them out the next 2, and then it just kind of went back and forth from there. Even Game 7 wasn't even close. It wasn't even like nothing to kind of worry about. So it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully they get this next game, man, because we want an interesting series, man. We don't want no,
Yeah.
we don't want no sweeps and that. All right, man. Let's talk about your Lakers, man. So your boy Dan Hurley turned down a 6-year, $70 million deal and decided to return to UConn to try to win a third straight national title.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, sir? The floor is yours.
All right, man. So I'm gonna do my best not to be long-winded on here. I know I can be like that sometimes. I'm working on it, people. I'm really trying to work on it. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say deflating is kind of like an understatement to me. I know a lot of us had kind of high hopes on him getting that job. I kind of saw the outlook of it. We kind of need to set a new trend with the Lakers. But I'm really deflated off of this news, man. I was really hoping he would do it. But deep down in my heart, I kind of knew that I felt like situations like this never go our way in a sense. That I just knew that it was going to be kind of like a play for him to get more money from UConn. I get it that he had offer on the table from UConn before all this, but I'm sure he probably got a little bit more bread. As far as like the deal that they offered him, at first you kind of started hearing rumors about it was like an 8-year, $100 million deal, but Wells kind of came out and said it was 6 years, $70 million. If that's your kind of like deal that is going to try to get one of the top head coaches of college basketball to leave his program, coming off a national championship, and obviously having the talent capable of winning a 3rd championship in a row to go in the likes of John Wooden in the history books, that offer is laughable to me. A lot of people would think that's a really good offer, but 6 years, $70 million with the tax bracket that California could take a hit off that shit, that's really nothing, honestly, bro. It just kind of shows another thing with the Lakers organization, man, that I think we kind of turn into the laughing stock of the NBA. I know a lot of teams are probably going to get a laugh out of this and, get their chuckles off, because a lot of people aren't really fans of the Lakers. They think we're kind of spoiled. They think, we've gotten a lot of things, but in reality, like it's, at least to me as a fan, it seems like it's been the NBA versus the Lakers, because there's been a lot of teams that are just won't the same deals that they will do with other teams. They won't give to the Lakers because they're not trying to help the Lakers. And I think there's a LeBron factor to that as well. I just think we got to take a look in the mirror with our organization. I think with Jeannie Buss and I don't know what to do. I don't know where they go. Honestly, you're going to sit here and tell me JJ Redick is going to be our guy. But even if you look at the all that, it's just like JJ Redick has no experience. You're going to tell me James Borrega is going to be our guy? Every stint he's had, he hasn't been successful. I get that he used to coach Anthony Davis, but what did him and Anthony Davis ever win? Let's be honest. So I don't know where they go. I think the LeBron James factor is also a key thing here, because I'm be personal. I've been saying this for the past couple months. I'm burnt out on LeBron James. I'm burnt out on this whole situation. I'm burnt out on the drama. I'm burnt out on the passive aggressiveness. Everything has to go his way. He's about to be 40 fucking years old, man. Like, I don't think he's worth all this headaches and this bullshit. I pray to God that he signs somewhere else. I'm really like that. I don't care. I want this team to get blown up and kind of go in a different route of being able to rebuild again, get some youth back into it. Like, we need to establish something as far as like growth within developing our players. Like, you're not going to get that from a LeBron James led team. Every team that he's been a part of, he kind of taxes everybody out. He taxes the organization out. He taxes the fans out with just kind of the unknowns. You know what I mean? And I get with the talent that he was in the league, he could do all that shit. He can get away with all that shit. But I think with his age right now, he can't get away with this. And then now on top of that, it's just like now we got to start hearing about us drafting LeBron James' son. We all know, like, God bless him that he was able to get over the heart issue. Like, God bless him. But we all know that he does not need to be in the league. He's nowhere close to being an NBA fit anywhere. He needs development. He needs to go back to college. He needs to go play for Dan Hurley at UConn and get the toolage that he needs so he can be able to be in the league. He has the talent to do that. Yeah, I get the height and all that can be a little bit of a problem, but LeBron James' son has the talent if he can be developed to be in the league. It's just not right now. But it's just little shit like that just gets tiresome. The rumor mill shit, I'm over that shit. All these rumors that the Lakers go through, I'm burnt out on that shit because everything never comes to fruition. Everything does. That goes through free agency. That goes through head coaches. That goes through everything. And LeBron also adds to that shit. So now you're going to tell me we're going to hire a coach, whether it's going to be JJ Redick. They're not going to get the numbers. He's not going to get the numbers that Dan Hurley's going to get. You're going to tell me you're going to try to hire a James Borrega, a Sam Cassell. All those are lame duck coaches that aren't going to last more than 3 years. And we all know that. We all know that. So now it comes to a point where the Lakers got to make a real decision. Are you going to sit here and keep catering to LeBron James? Or are you going to start worrying about the future and longevity of this franchise? Because now we're at this moment, fork in the road, where they need to make a real decision. Yeah, okay, you tried to get Dan Hurley. I don't think you did all that you can do. But at the same time, it's like we're running a clown show. You're going to sit here and tell me that the reports from Shams was that JJ Redick was the guy. He was the guy. Now then it switched to no, Dan Hurley has always been our guy, and then we're going stronghold for him. Then we don't get him. Then next thing you know, Woj reports that they never even had a formal interview with JJ Redick. So what is it? What are we doing? How many voices are at the top? You got Jeannie Buss, you got Pelinka, you got all these other characters that are in there that it's just ran like shit, and I'm over it. They need to figure some shit out. I apologize, I'm so long-winded, but that's just kind of how I feel. I'm burnt out on this situation. I'm always gonna rep my Lakers, but get LeBron off my fucking team and let's start going in the direction where whether we're going to keep AD or go back to just rebuilding this team and go for youth and actually give a head coach an actual shot, because whoever gets hired, they're going to be fucking lame duck. They're going to be lame duck. And that's it. Unless you're going to try to go after another top end college head coach, but that's not going to happen. So what are you going to do?
Do you have a preference as a head coach?
I do not. At this point, hire me for a cool fucking $1 million. I'll be the head coach, and then y'all can fire me when a real legit coach becomes available. Because at this point, who's going to coach this team? Who wants to coach this team? Who wants to coach an aging LeBron who he can say all the bullshit that he wants, that he don't want to play with his son, but let's call it spade a spade. The only reason why he's still in the fucking draft is because of LeBron James. The only reason why JJ Redick is getting an actual head coaching opportunity is because of fucking LeBron James. Let's call it spade a spade. No one was asking JJ Redick to be their head coach. Yeah, you had a couple teams calling and just kind of testing the waters to kind of see where his mind is at, but no one was going to give him a real opportunity to coach. What coaching experience does he have besides what we see on the fucking podcast with LeBron James, him drawing up some funky ass plays? Like, what are we doing? We look like a fucking joke as an organization that has just been, we're one of the best franchises ever in sports. In all of sports, we're one of the most popular. We have one of the strongest fan bases of all time. No one can sit here and tell me I'm lying. We have prestige. We have it all. But right now, Jeannie Buss is making us look like a fucking joke. Pelinka is making us look like a fucking joke. What are we doing? LeBron James, get the fuck off my team. You are useless. You're going to give me 25 points and 6 assists and 6 rebounds. But yeah, you ain't going to run back on defense. You're going to give me all these points. But by trade deadline, no one's going to want to play for you because you got everybody on the fucking trading block. It's the same story over and over again. How can anybody sit here and want to root for this shit? I do not. It's played out and it's tired and I'm over it.
Okay.
What's your opinions? I'm sure people are tired about me talking about it. What's your opinions about it?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not a Laker fan, so I don't.
Well, just from the outside looking in, like, what do you think?
I mean, I thought dude was gonna take the job.
Mm-hmm.
So all this rigmarole and all this taking so long to make a decision, I thought he was gonna take it. I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna take the money. But obviously he has his reasons, and maybe it's the LeBron James factor. Maybe it wasn't enough money. Maybe it wasn't. But I don't know where you guys go from here. Um, I don't know if y'all hired. It looks like more and more like it's gonna be JJ Redick. I wouldn't be surprised if it's him. Um, and I don't know,
If
which ultimately would mean LeBron James is coaching this team.
if it's JJ Redick, like, who want to play for that team? What free agent is going to want to come?
Nobody.
What assistant coaches is going to be a part of this shit? You tell me. Is Anthony Davis going to be pleased about that? Like, we could call it spade and really start getting into some shit. Like, do they even, like, they say they fuck with each other, but do they fuck with each other on the fucking court?
Yeah.
Let's call it real, dog. Come on, man. Because LeBron James consistently says he's trying to hand the reins over to AD, but he consistently can't do that. AD can't consistently carry a team. Yes, this year he had a great, healthy year. AD should have been defensive player of the year. AD played amazing. But anybody in this lobby watching this show, or anybody that's going to futurely watch this show, you tell me, if you own the organization, would you trust AD to be the franchise star player of your team?
Only because of health concerns.
But that's a big key, though. It's the same shit as Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard should be one of the all-time greats. He is, in a sense. He won a title and all that. He's done some amazing things, but he should be way better. He should be higher up in the ranks. But the only reason why he can't do that is because he can't fucking stay healthy. He can't. So, and that goes to AD too, because sometimes he doesn't get motivated in the all season. He comes in out of shape and he tries to work himself into shape. He kind of got that Zion Williamson. It's just, you can see it in Zion Williamson because you can see the fat on him. But AD is just like, why, brother? Why do you consistently stay hurt? And this ain't like some shit where it's just like it's like arthritic shit. This is like dumb. It's like shit. Like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, you fall on the ground every single time. You don't show any kind of like durability, some sturdiness in your body. You know what I mean? You put on that weight, but yet hell, a breeze can make you fall down to the ground. Like, so it's a lot of frustrations with this organization. It's just like, and then it's kind of crazy because we've came so close to get to the NBA finals. We've been in such disarray, but yet we're still like right there. You know what I mean? So in the offseason, you're going to sit here and we're going to go into the thing. We're going to go through contract signing, and LeBron James, I can see now he's going to take fucking forever to try to decide if he's going to sign, even though we all know he's going to sign. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving his family. He ain't going to have his family uproot and leave. He has too much invested in LA to do it, but he's going to do everything in his power to kind of elongate it and see what the Lakers do. That's going to be kind of the thing. Obviously, we're going to go through the whole drama of whether LeBron James' son is going to get drafted. Then we're going to go through the drama of who's going to be traded off this team. Is it going to be Jared Vanderbilt? I don't think it should be Vando because he's one of our best perimeter defenders. And it looks different when he's on the court. Like, we didn't have him all playoffs for the majority at all. So it looks different. And we've seen that. You're trading Austin Reeves. Who are we trading Austin Reeves for? Logistically, who are we trading? If you ain't telling me if it's not a Trae Young, but then you're going to have to add more pieces. You're going to have to add Rule. You're going to have to add Vando. You're going to have to, like, what's up? Who are we trading? Who are we drafting? It's all this drama it's just the unknowns of just that we look like a disorganized organization. We look like a joke. Yeah, we have this prestige, but we look like we're around like a clown show. So we're just kind of like repeating ourselves every year, and it just becomes tiresome. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people have experienced that through whatever organization. I don't know what it was like for you guys when you guys weren't winning, consistently. Like, yeah, you guys had some hope, but before Patrick Mahomes, like, you guys weren't considered a great franchise. You guys were going through your doldrums of losing seasons and shit like that. And it becomes tiresome after a while. Like, yeah, you always going to root for your team, but it becomes a moment in time when you keep seeing dumb shit over and over again where it's just like, bro, all right, when are we gonna start changing what the fuck we do? All right, I can sit here and wear purple and gold to all day. I'm gonna bleed that shit, but sooner or later, you're gonna as a fan, you're gonna be like, what the fuck are we doing as an organization to get better? You know what I mean? All fans want to see is just a direction for any kind of hope for us to feel better. Yeah, there's gonna be fans that are gonna be delusional that we expect to win every single. I'm not delusional like that. I don't expect the Lakers to win every year, but I do expect us to be competitive and have an organization that knows what the fuck we're doing. You know what I mean? I know there's gonna be some ups and downs, but it comes with the territory with being a fan of sports and just being in sports. Period.
No, I hear you. I hear you, man. You definitely want your organization to have some type of direction, even if you don't feel like your team is gonna win the championship, because you feel like there's, whatever how many teams is better than your team, but still, you still want direction to feel good about, and feel good not just about the present, but about the future. So I get you. You know what I'm saying? And right now, the Lakers, you don't know because they got a plan not just for right now. They got a plan for life after LeBron. Because we don't know when we probably retire after next year, maybe. I don't know, but
Yeah, you don't know.
nobody knows what he wants to do because he's still, as an individual, he's still playing at a high level. So
Yeah.
we don't know if that drop off happens next year or whatever. But I hear with your frustration and as far as the head coaching and how LeBron kind of does stuff, I get that part because he kind of does. He's kind of this is where he's a diva to me. You know what I'm saying? Where uh he wants a certain team to be this way, and I need this guy, and I need this, and it's like let the front office people handle that shit. Like you put your input in. Like Patrick Mahomes puts his input in, but still at the end of the day, Brett Veach is gonna pick his guys. Andy Reid gonna give Andy Reid and Brett Veach is the one who runs who's gonna
Yeah.
get picked and who's gonna get taken. You just
You
shut
know
up.
who the leaders are. Like
Yeah,
everybody's position.
yeah. Whereas in LeBron, it's like everybody seem like they scared of LeBron. Like I don't know why, but they seem like they scared to put their foot down and be like, no, this is the direction we're gonna go. If you don't like it, we can accommodate you and let you go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But we need to think about not just now, but the future of the Lakers organization. So
Yeah, and I could bet anybody. I could bet anybody. Anybody. I don't care. I guarantee he's gonna do the same Aaron Rodgers shit with this retirement shit. It's gonna be an every year thing where he's gonna be like, and he kind of started it last year where he's like, I gotta sit back, think about retirement and all this other type of shit, blah blah blah. No. I'm like, when you really think about it, is LeBron James no different than Aaron Rodgers? Besides, like some of the crazy shit he be saying, but as far as like acting like an athlete, is he no different? It's
yeah,
just
when
that
it,
LeBron James has all the accolades to go with it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? More
he
so
has
than
more
Aaron Rodgers.
championships. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has
for
more
sure. He has
championships.
more championships, but at the end of the day, what's his difference? He's passive aggressive. Everything has to be evolved around him, and he's gonna make it a show about him every time, and it could be no matter what situation it is. You know what I mean? It's just a hey man, it is what it is, bro. Like whoever hires a coach, I'm not gonna be excited about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, cool. They hired him. I'm gonna see who we get in the draft. I'm like, all right, cool. They're not gonna develop them. We're gonna get whoever it is in the free agency. All right, cool. They're gonna be in trade talks by February anyway. So what's the point? And it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again as long as we keep doing the same thing. So it
Yeah.
is what it is.
All right, man. Let's switch it up, man. Pharrell from the
Yep.
Neptunes. They just dropped a trailer last week. He has a biopic, but it's a little switch up. It's a Lego movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is something different. Usually you see somebody biopic, it's either it's very serious or may
Yeah.
have a little added humor to it, but at the end of the day, it is serious. Like the NWA picture was Straight Out of Compton,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But this is a little different because it's coming from a Lego perspective. I think it's a genius move because not only can grown-ups go see it, but the kids can go see it and our whole families can go see it and enjoy his biopic. He can go beyond, just doing regular stuff. He can, do stuff with the music and the Legos and all that stuff, which from the trailer, what I'm seeing, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like some of the cameos that he's gonna have on there, from Jay-Z to Kendrick Lamar to
Mm-hmm.
there was Pusha T. He was uncredited, but Pusha T is in it
Yeah.
to do the as far as the clips go. I think they're doing he had the scene with the grinding scene or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Teddy Riley in there when he used to work with Teddy Riley. He
Yeah.
did, yeah, he produced the Rump Shaker song. Um, and just it's a interesting take on how to do a biopic. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait for this to come out, man. I'm definitely gonna go see it. But how do you feel about it, man?
I'm right there with you. I thought it was low key ingenious. I agree with you. You can just get more eyeballs, and then you can tell your story in a more colorful way. You know what I mean? Like there's been serious moments in cartoon movies and animated movies and stuff like that where they kind of get the message in there. I'm sure it'll kind of be the same way with this Lego movie, but you also kind of see the popularity. I was, as I said, I was very unfamiliar on how popular Legos were with people building like these great things. You know what I mean? Like I got one of my homies, man, he builds the camera. He got you got the cars. I saw they got this whole Lord of the Rings setup where you can build it, and it's a really popular thing. You even see athletes getting involved in it. So um, Legos is hitting its stride, bro. And shout out to Pharrell for doing something very different from what we normally have seen. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna be excited for it, especially with the music that's gonna go behind it. And I'm sure there's probably give other people great ideas on how they want to do their biopics. Kind of change the way. Put a little breath of fresh air in a certain dynamic of movies and stuff like that. I get it. We've seen Lego movies before, but just not in a biopic setting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to all parties involved. I'm very excited. And yeah, man. When is this supposed to come out?
I think it said October.
October. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, man. Definitely gonna go to the movie theater, support Pharrell, man. So yeah, shout out to him, man. He's been doing big things, man. I think he's part of not Gucci, but Louis Vuitton. I think Louis Vuitton. He's doing big things with Louis Vuitton. So man, shout out to Pharrell, man. He's doing great things, man.
We need some new. Supposed to be some new music on this soundtrack too. So
Oh yeah, I saw that too. I saw the trailer. Yeah, so maybe it's gonna go coincide with the album. So that'll be even another great thing too. So
low key that he produced that Grinch movie, and that soundtrack on there was not too bad. He had some cuts on there.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he had some
That's
cuts on
cool.
there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I did not know that. So,
yeah.
hey, man, you kind of get surprised to know some of the things that a lot of the Pharrell is kind of touching on. You know what I mean? Hey, man, that's great. Hopefully, I'm sure this movie can inspire some kids, man, to maybe go in that route and open up their creativity and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about the Madden cover, man. The reveal is
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Uh, there's speculation out there that Joe Burrow's going to be on the front cover. I've heard
yeah,
McCaffrey. I've heard Travis Kelsey. I've heard a few guys.
yeah.
Who do you think deserves to be on the front of the Madden cover?
Who do I think deserves to be on the Madden cover? Shit, I low key say my boy Max Crosby deserves to be on the Madden cover. He does, bro. He's one of the best defensive players in the league, man. People love Max Crosby. I get the Raiders probably do need to win more, but I think I could definitely see Max Crosby one day getting it. I think Christian McCaffrey deserves it. Joe Burrow, look, I know there's leaks out there and all that about Joe Burrow. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Burrow is on the cover. I probably wouldn't put him on the cover just because of I think eventually he should, but I
Yeah,
just think with everything that's going on with his injuries and all that, I think somebody else should get the nod. Plus, then we have who do we have? Who was the cover last year? Wasn't the quarterback last year?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. So I would love to see other positions get the capabilities of being on the cover. You know what I mean? Like, hell, man, put Sauce Gardner on that shit. Something different. You know what I mean? Put Christian McCaffrey on there. Put
Justin
Justin
Jefferson.
Jefferson or something. You know what I mean? Or CD Lamb had a great year. Michael Parsons had a great year.
They'll never put
Uh,
Tyreek Hill on there.
huh?
They'll never put Tyreek Hill
Nah,
on there.
Tyreek Hill has too much. Bro, that boy has too much drama on there. But I'm just saying, I think there's other guys that deserve it way more than I think Joe Burrow does. But I wouldn't be surprised if the leaks are true and Joe Burrow is the Madden cover. But at the end of the day, I don't care. With Madden, just show me if y'all change anything with the gameplay. I low key don't care who's on the fucking cover. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, even if it was Max Crosby, I would be happy for him. But low key, I don't care. I just want to see, like, did y'all change the gameplay? Is this the same fucking shit? Are we gonna get the same bugs? Like, are we gonna be able to run the ball this year? and not run the ball next year? Can we pass the ball this year and not pass the ball next year? Is defense going to be playable? Like, I have so many other worries about than the fucking Madden cover. But Madden, they're going to do Madden things.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I'd rather have. I think Lamar Jackson should be on the cover if
Was he on
anybody.
the cover not too long ago?
Yeah, but he was MVP. Why not put him on the cover? Or who else? C.J. Stroud. I wouldn't mind C.J.
Or
Stroud.
TJ Watt? Wasn't TJ Watt the defensive player of the year?
Yeah, he could
You
get
could
on the
get put
front.
TJ Watt on
Wasn't
there.
he on the cover one year?
No, I don't think so. I
I
don't
could
think so.
swear there was a cover with T.J. Watt on the front.
Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong if anybody in chat knows and put it in chat. But yeah, I just think there's just way more people with Joe Burrow does have a personality. So
No,
I know you
I'm
probably
not.
won't like it because
No,
you a
I'm not.
Chiefs
Look,
fan.
I don't care for the Bengals fan base.
Yeah.
It's not really the Bengals. I mean, Jamar Chase be talking shit too much, but um, I wouldn't mind Joe Burrow's on the cover if he was healthy last year. He had a great season. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Like the year to do it would have been the year, even though they lost it, would have been the year they went to the Super Bowl.
No, it should have been that. Yeah. To me, if you're gonna put any quarterback on there, it should be CJ Stroud. Just with the hype alone with CJ
Yeah.
Stroud. Like he's the new it face. You know what I mean? So hell, even like fucking like look, I know Brock Purdy ain't shit. He is shit, but I'm just saying he doesn't have like he's not marketable in a sense, but like I like he deserves it more than Joe Burrow right now. I'll say that. Like just off a play. Now we all know Joe Burrow, if he can stay healthy, he gonna be in MVP conversations. We all know that. But he played what? How many games? 4 games last year? 3 games last year?
I think like 4 or 5 games last year.
Yeah, so all this signifies to me that I don't know, man. I feel like they should go outside of the cover. I think they should get more creative with this stuff, man. Focus more on the gameplay. You got competition with college football. From what I hear, college football is legit.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, man. Let's do our bet at surefire bets, man.
All right. You want to go first or you go first?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna take tonight. Obviously, we got game 2 in the Stanley Cup. So I'm gonna take the Oilers to tie it up. I got +1.5 with them. On Wednesday, I'm gonna take the Mavericks money line. I said they got to win this game. If they don't win this game, series is over. And then I'm gonna take your Royals money line against the Yankees tonight. I got them winning against the Yankees. Coming off that long series with the Dodgers, and they ain't look too good off that series. So
okay, I hear you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Royals too. Who else I'm gonna go with? I like the Royals. I'm with you on the Mavs. They're desperate. They need this win.
Yeah.
So go money line with them. And I'm gonna take the Oilers too.
Okay.
The Oilers on the money line tonight.
So if we lose, don't come to us.
Hey man, we ain't no professional bettors.
Hey, shout out to BetUs though.
Holla at me at NFL and college football. That's when you need to holla at me.
Yeah. Actually, I low key been kind of hitting on these. Low key.
Go to our Twitter page or our YouTube page. You can find the BetUs link. Users or first time signees sign up. Put in the promo code join125. Get 125% sign-in bonus. $100 minimum bet or minimum deposit, and you get 10% gambling insurance. So go ahead, sign up for BetUs. We're gonna make you some money. Shout out to Bet.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We gotta talk about your boy, man. Ryan Garcia got arrested. Beverly Hills hotel. Over $15,000 in damages in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
If it's over 400 in damages, it's a felony.
Mm-hmm.
He end up going to the hospital and getting released. They really don't have no details of what really happened, but this is an ongoing saga of Ryan Garcia doing weird shit. What's your thoughts on Ryan Garcia acting a damn fool?
Ah, man. I don't know. I really don't know. On a serious tip, like, yo, like, when is anybody in his camp gonna reel this man in? This man has literally changed right before our eyes. Of the human he used to be to the human he is now. I don't know what changed. Maybe it could be some things that he's been abusing. I know for a fact, like Ryan Garcia, I know deep down Ryan Garcia is a nice dude. I've had opportunities to talk to him on multiple occasions, and he's a really nice dude. He'll talk to you. At the time he was very humbled. He talks about Jesus a lot. He's really with God, so he's a really good dude to talk to. I had the chance to talk to him during New Year's Eve, but I don't know, man. It's kind of sad, low key. Like, my man's just out here wilding and shit. He's doing all these crazy ass predictions. I think he predicted that there's gonna be like some massive earthquake in LA or Vegas. No earthquake here, but I heard there was some smaller earthquakes in Los Angeles, and then he made some weird one. I don't know if it was recently or not. I just saw a video of it where they're saying they're gonna try to arrest him and then try to kill him and shit like that. So I don't know, man. My thoughts and prayers to Ryan, man. Hopefully he can find that peace, man. Hopefully he can see a therapist or whatever he needs to do to kind of get his mentals back, because after that whole thing with Devin Haney, I get he's going through the drug thing, but he's one of the more popular fighters in boxing right now. He brings eyes to the sport, and it'll just kind of suck, him coming off that high off the Devin Haney fight, and then all of a sudden it's just turmoil after turmoil. Ever since then, man. Hopefully he can get his life back on track, because I don't want to see another boxer kind of lose his career and lose his lust off of some dumb shit. We kind of saw that with the Charlo brothers, man. They had all the potentials in the world, but with all their demons and drama that they had, they kind of got phased out of boxing pretty fast. So I hope that doesn't happen with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, man. I just hope he gets his life together, man. I don't know what's going on with him. Like you said, ever since the Devin Haney fight, it's just during the Devin Haney fight, he's just been acting weird, just stupid. I don't know. I don't know if this is just him being him, or if he's just this is him acting up. He's young and he's now into substance abuse or whatever. I ain't trying to put nothing on his jacket because I don't know the man, but hopefully he get the help that he deserves, because this ain't looking good for him.
Do you think we see him fighting before next May?
I don't know, because what's up? I don't know what's up with this testing stuff. Like, are they gonna ban him? Or are they gonna?
I think from what I heard, if they were gonna ban him, it was gonna be like 6 months. It wasn't gonna be no year-long ban. So obviously that would take him out for the rest of this year. But who knows what he'll do with no boxing? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, what I mean? He doesn't. But even when he was boxing, like especially with the Devin Haney fight, as you said, like he just. I don't know what happened, man. I don't know if my man got possessed. I don't know if he, he did, he went to that, what's that shit called that he was talking about, where they do all the sacrificing and shit. What's that Cove? Was Cove something? Anyways, if he really a part of that shit, maybe some shit happened to him, man. I don't know. Maybe, he got abducted by aliens or some shit and they fucked with his head. I don't know, bro. I really don't know, bro. I don't know what happened to Ryan Garcia, dog.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, prayers to him and his family, man.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk about Summer Game Fest, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So, me, I'm a video game lover. Chris, he's a video game lover. I don't know if did you get a chance to watch Summer Game Fest at all? Did you see any of the trailers or anything like that?
I saw the trailers. I just didn't.
You didn't see the actual show. So you had Summer Game Fest. So we had obviously PlayStation. They had kind of their state of play. They went into the big showcase. It's kind of like the new E3. If you haven't heard, E3 used to be the big showcase for all the video games, where a lot of the big platforms like Sony, Xbox, PC, Nintendo, they would all have big conventions to show off their newest games, future games that a lot of people are just kind of waiting to get their hands on. So this is kind of like a reinvention of it, the Summer Game Fest. So obviously, you started off with them. They had some pretty big games. as far as like the bigger ones that I saw, Star Wars Outlaws was a really big one. I don't know if you saw the trailer for it. Um, are you hyped for that game at all? Are you going to purchase that game? Are you a
I'm
big
not,
Star? Are you a big Star Wars fan?
I mean, I like the movies. I'm
Hmm.
not the big game Star Wars fan.
Oh,
I
okay,
played a
okay,
few of them. They're cool, but they're nothing, for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
jumping out the window for.
I got you. So this one's supposed to be like a third person kind of action game. So I'm actually pretty excited for it. Then obviously you had if you're a big fighter game into big fighting games, Street Fighter 6, they announced their big season 2. They're gonna have Bison, and then if you're really into it, really nerd with it, they got the Fatal Fury characters that if you don't know, a lot of these big time fighting loving game people, they've been asking for this kind of combination for a long time. I think this has been lasting for almost 10 years. So you're gonna get Terry, Alana, and May. So you got that, and then obviously they also announced Valorant, which is a big 5v5 hero shooter. They said that's coming to console. That's been huge on the PC side, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people are excited to get their hands on that. I know I am. And then they had another big game, Phantom Blade Zero. It's kind of like, it gives you kind of like Neo vibes, Dark Souls type of vibes, but with faster pace. So a lot of people were pretty excited about that. Then obviously Xbox, they did amazing yesterday. Gears of War got announced, new Gears of War. We saw Indiana Jones. I'm not really too excited about that, but a lot of other people are. What else did they have? Obviously they got the new Call of Duty. I'm pretty excited about that, new movement and all that. State of Decay 3, people are excited for. They have some Sea of Thieves DLC. Obviously they showed more Assassin's Creed Shadows. I know I know there was a big deal with with the whole drama with the star characters and all that, but hopefully we got moved past on that. Obviously Doom, very excited for the new Doom. Stalker 2, some new Fallout. They showed Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I was really excited
But
about that. And there was another 5v5 shooter that was really cool, that you can change a lot of the rules of the game as the game is going on, that I'm really excited for too. But man, overall, I thought it was amazing. I know a lot of people are kind of going at it with PS5 and the whole console wars and shit like that, but a lot of these games are going to be on Xbox. They're going to be on PS5. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if all of them are going to be on PS5. But a lot of these games on Xbox are going to be day one on Game Pass. So, what's some of the games that you're excited that you saw that you're going to be interested in buying?
of course, Snake Eater. I'm Assassin's Creed guy, so I'm excited for the Assassin's Creed game. I know Ubisoft, ain't they supposed to be doing their stuff today?
They're doing it right now, actually. So I don't know what they're showing off, but
Yeah.
we can always report that later.
But yeah, they got those two games. There was something else I saw. I like what I saw from the Call of Duty game.
Hmm.
They announced. I know that. I think that's it. I don't know if Fable is a.
Yeah, Fable was announced.
I
Fable
know
was
it's not.
announced.
Is that a PS5 game too, or is that an
It's
Xbox?
an Xbox game, but as I said, don't be surprised if all these games eventually be on PS5. Because from
I,
what the verbiage of it is, it seems like a lot of these games, if not all, are going to be on PS5 eventually.
yeah, I like what I saw from the Fable game.
Hmm.
Especially the plot twist at the end of the trailer, where you think he talking about the one chick, we talking about somebody else.
Yeah.
Um, it was something else I saw that I
There was a
like.
mech game that looked crazy. It kind of looked like Gundam shit, but that should look
Mhm.
hard. That should look hard.
Oh, I saw the pictures for the what's it called? Perfect Dark
Oh
game.
yeah, that shit's
Yeah,
fire. That shit's gonna be
that's
clean. Yeah.
I love Perfect. I loved it back when it was on Nintendo 64. It was pretty much GoldenEye, but
Yeah.
it was in space.
No, no doubt, no
but
doubt.
but I'm excited for that game for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, all most of the games that you talked about, I'm interested in. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Really nothing else. I wonder if they're gonna announce another Far Cry.
Well,
Ubisoft.
that's what Ubisoft. So like,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
like we're not watching it right now. So hopefully they'll announce some new shit like that. I think that would be
Mm.
pretty cool. I know you're currently playing 5, right?
Six. I'm playing
6. How
six.
you liking 6 so far? I haven't
It's
played it.
it's cool. I do want them to switch it up. I think after four, it
Hmm.
kind of got maybe even three, but
Hmm.
four definitely kind of got it kind of the same gameplay.
Yeah.
It's you conquer this. You go to a station, you kill everybody, and
Hmm.
you just it's no like nuances to it no more. Like it's just
Yeah.
they kind of took the same template, just changed the story. Now, Far Cry 5, I think had the best story with the whole
Hmm.
cult, and you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, that one was cool. That one
you
was
got to
cool.
fight the code off or whatever. This one is cool. You're I think what they Cuba. You're
Hmm.
fighting off old boy from Breaking Bad. I forgot his name.
Yeah, 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 I know what you're
Uh,
talking about. Yeah, the actor guy.
he's he's like the president, El Presidente,
Hmm.
and you're trying to fight off of his military crew or whatever, and liberate the people or whatever. So because he's kind of like a tyrant or whatever. So
Hmm.
it's cool. Um, but I do want them to change the gameplay a little bit up, and you know what I'm saying, still have a good storyline, but change the gameplay a
Yeah.
little bit. Give us something different.
Nah, for real. Like, and that's not including like games that we already know that's gonna come out this year. Like, obviously, everybody's excited for the college football game to come out. I know I'm excited. I know Chris is excited. I'm a big Elden Ring fan. I'm excited for the DLC that comes out in like a couple weeks. I know a lot of people were not really too pleased with the PS5 state of play, but from what I've been hearing, don't be surprised if they have like their own showcase here. Maybe not anytime soon, but maybe closer to August, September, because eventually they're gonna show off the PS5 Pro that has been rumored to be coming out at the end of the year, closer to Christmas time. And don't be surprised if you see a lot of their first party games coming out. Obviously, we still need to hear about the Wolverine game. They got a Venom game that's coming out. Who knows what Sucker Punch is working on? You got the rumors of Ghost of Tsushima 2, which I'm sure everybody's clamoring for. So like, don't be surprised with that. It should be a really great year for gaming. I know I'm excited for it. I'm trying to get, more shit with my PC. I got my PC, so I'm trying to get more in that. Obviously, Undisputed, so I could whip Chris's ass with whoever he wants to go at it in the boxing game. I'm excited for that to come out in October. So yeah, tournaments coming up soon. We're gonna try to figure out some. I definitely want to do a tournament for college football. Me and Chris got to talk about it. We got to try to set something up.
Yeah,
Somebody got to win something. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with that situation and how we're going to set it up. But, keep your eyes tuned and get that going.
yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Stephen A. Man.
Yeah.
Now, last night he got on this podcast. I didn't have time to get the clip, but he got on this podcast and pretty much said that he's not supporting Will Smith because of the situation with Chris Rock. Now, that situation has been a well over 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
As you see right now, Will Smith has been doing the promo run with him and Martin promoting Bad Boys, and from what I'm hearing, it's a very good movie. People are loving the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That it did really good at the box office. I think it took in 56 million domestically in America.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really good for them. I'm happy that the movie is doing good, especially Martin, especially for Martin, but also for Will Smith too. And you know what I'm saying, he's getting back into the public eye, and the people are accepting him. You know what I'm saying.
No doubt.
But his stance was he wants Will Smith, which I thought Will already kind of did this. He already apologized. I thought he already sat down. Maybe not sit down with Chris Rock, but I thought he had already like said he was sorry. He messed up. Even if he doesn't accept it, he said he was sorry. So I don't know what more Stephen A. Smith wants from Will Smith. Like at the end of the day, he don't owe us anything. If anybody, he only owes Chris Rock anything, and maybe that sit
Mm-hmm.
down needs to happen in the near future. Maybe they've already talked. I don't know, but for Stephen A. Smith to be like, "Oh, the black community is looking at you differently," and I don't care how many white people are around. Well, I mean, the box office says differently, sir. Like I see on my timeline a bunch of black people are supporting Will Smith still. Like I don't think people, no disrespect to Chris Rock, but it ain't like he went up there and slapped Denzel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had slapped Denzel
True.
Washington,
That's true. That's true.
cats
Or
would
like
have been
Morgan,
like,
or like Morgan Freeman or some
you
shit.
know what I'm saying? Like, some
If
top
they would have did that, he would have got jumped on stage. Like I think like Michael B. Jordan and all them would have probably like squared up on his ass for sure.
just saying, like, no disrespect. He slapped a comedian at the
Yeah.
end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was Chris Rock. Like, look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Chris Rock ain't a top tier comedian. Obviously, he is, but
Mm-hmm. He's
it's
respected.
Chris
Yeah.
Rock. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, So I don't know, and I think it's more so is Stephen A. has a relationship with Chris Rock. I think that's his boy. He's been in a movie with
Hmm.
one of Chris Rock's movies. Like I think he has a relationship. If he had just came out and said Chris Rock is my boy and I'm standing with my boy and blah blah blah, I would have respected that more than him trying to put the whole black community in on this. Like, nah, bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go watch a movie with Will Smith. Like, look, yeah, did Jada make him look bad in that whole situation and leave him out to dry? Yeah, she did. But at the end of the day, they ain't got nothing to do with his movies to me. It is what it is. But you know, what is your thoughts of what he said? Is he valid?
Uh, if Stephen A. valid, look at the end of the day, if he personally feels this way, fine. That's him. You personally can choose whatever how you feel about a certain situation. You know, I've expressed plenty of times, even on this podcast, how disappointed I was with Will Smith and how he handled the situation with Will Smith, how he's handled the situation with his marriage and all that. I know people probably look at him different, but at the end of the day, my initial thought of not watching this movie wasn't based on what he did to Chris Rock. It was based on how terrible I thought Bad Boys 3 was. That was the only reason why I was gonna watch this movie. But as you said, from everything I've heard, it's been great. They broke the red line on it. I think it cost them $100 million. I think they made 104 over the weekend. So I think I'm leaning more towards of going to watch it and going to support him, going to support Martin and Will, and going to support this movie that I heard is doing great things. This is supposed to be the last iteration of the Bad Boys franchise. So I know the Bad Boys franchise has meant a lot to people. You know, it's been very entertaining all the years that I've known from the first. My favorite one has always been number 2 for me. Me personally, I get why people would choose number 1. Number 3 can get thrown in the trash. That's me personally. I don't know how you feel. That's on you, my brother.
I like number 3. It's not better than 1 and 2. Definitely not. But I
Nah,
like.
it's not. But as far as like Will Smith needing to apologize to us, Will Smith don't owe us shit, bro. The only person he needed to apologize is Chris Rock and his family for the embarrassment. His family, if he embarrassed his family, who knows what Jada feels about that situation. But you know, to each his own. That's their private life. I don't care about it. But this is another thing with Stephen A. Smith where he always has to, every topic needs to be about him. It needs to be evolved around him. I don't know if we're gonna talk about that shit. Like I saw this shit earlier today on First Take, but it's becoming tiresome with Stephen A. Bro, I just think it's too much Stephen A. I think he needs to kind of reel it back in a little bit. I don't think a lot of people are clamoring to hear everything what Stephen A. needs to say. Some shit is kind of cool, but Will Smith, man, congratulations on the movie, brother. It seems like you're doing great things. Like as you said, a lot of black people are supporting it. I saw the clip of him sneaking in the movie theater and watching it with all the fans, and he came out, and majority of those people were black that were coming walking out of that theater. So, and I think that's cool. This is pretty much one-on-one PR shit of you winning the crowd back, and he's doing an amazing job because look, the numbers don't lie. They're out there supporting him. So it is what it is. And, you know, congratulations to Martin and Will. I know Martin's kind of been on the tour kind of talking about, because a lot of people were concerned about his health over certain videos that we've seen on their tour with the movie and stuff like that. And kind of Martin's kind of like downplayed a little bit, kind of saying, no, he's fine. There's nothing to worry about and all that. So hopefully that's true. Hopefully Martin's in really great health. I know these gentlemen are getting older, so situations are going to happen, but hopefully he's just well enough where he can live his life and be able to do what he wants to do, make the movies that he wants to do, because, you know, these gentlemen have pioneered the game for a lot of other comedians and black athletes to star in big roles. And if you look at Will Smith's catalog, he's put up some of the best shit. You know what I mean? He has a lot of number ones on that list. So we cannot, no matter how you feel about what Will Smith does in his marriage, you can't deny how he is as an actor. You know what I mean? Like the one movie I will admit that I've ever gotten emotional over, like literally shed a tear, was 7 pounds. 7 pounds.
7 pounds was good too.
7 pounds was probably one of the most emotional
was
movies I have ever fucking watched. That movie was fucking amazing. So, and then I love Enemy of the State, Wild Wild West. I loved all the Bad Boys. I loved Hitch. I was a big fan of Hitch.
Hitch was good. Independence Day is always a classic.
Independence Day was a classic. And then so he had the Muhammad Ali movie, which was really good. He did a really good thing on that. So man, shout out to Will, man. They're doing great things. Shout out to Martin, and shout out to everybody who was in the movie too, for real. Put us in the movie, man, as a little pods, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Will, if you see this, brother, like, yo, You know what I mean? If y'all ever need a skit with a little podcast that's in there, we got two up and coming brothers, you know what I mean? Help brother out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about the women's Olympic basketball team.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. My bad. Ha, ha, it's right there. All right, these are the women who have made the team: Asia Wilson, well deserving; Sabrina Ionesco, well deserving; Brittany Griner, Deanna Taurasi, Professor Collar, Jackie Young, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Joel Lloyd, Chelsea Gray, Alyssa Thomas, and Kalia Cooper were the ones who were picked to represent the USA in the Paris Olympics this year. Um, we all know what everybody was tripping about. You know, our favorite person on this pod, Caitlin Clark. Some people are saying that she got snubbed. I don't feel like she got snubbed. I think that these people are well deserving. They even try to bring up Deanna Taurasi. Numbers are comparable of Caitlin Clark, but I think the turnovers are the ones that those turnovers on Caitlin Clark kind of override that. And plus, it's Diana Taurasi. She deserves a legacy uh, pick. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they're gonna go with the strong veteran. But people are arguing, oh, you trying to grow the game and Caitlin Clark on the team, which I don't. To me, it doesn't make no sense to me because the Olympics have never been about popularity. It's been mostly about the best players being on that team. So what were your thoughts on the roster and the whole? I know you tired of Caitlin Clark, but the whole Clark situation.
As far as the roster, congratulations to every single lady that has made the roster. Y'all ladies are gonna kill it. Y'all ladies are gonna get gold, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. America loves winners. As far as the whole Caitlin Clark situation, look, I saw a lot of things that really disturbed me on first take. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp wanting to cape up for this woman so bad. I get she has a strong fan base. It's becoming a very psychotic fan base to me. Some of the shit I just think they take it way too deep. But there were some things that Stephen A. kind of said that we should go down through. So at first he was kind of saying marketing is pretty much should be number one for the USA. They want to grow the game internationally. Bless you again for the women and all that. My thing with the marketing thing is he brought up Christian Laettner back in '92 and saying he was kind of like a big proponent, and so the big proponent of him getting on the team was for them to market this one guy for international purposes. Back in '92, international basketball wasn't prevalent. It was non-existent. The main reason why you had all the NBA players going over there was number one, they got tired of losing, and number two, like you had these phenoms in the game. You didn't need Christian Laettner. Let's be real. The only reason why Christian Laettner was on that team is because Michael Jordan hated Isaiah Thomas. That was the only reason Christian Laettner was on that team. If it wasn't for that, Christian Laettner's ass would be back in America, not getting the gold. You know what I mean? You had Michael Jordan, you had Magic Johnson, you had Larry Bird. The three key pieces to you growing the game were those guys. That's no disrespect to Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen and David Robinson and the rest of those guys. But those are the three key guys that you needed. And at that moment in time, international basketball was just non-existent. So at that moment in time, yes, you needed to bring over Michael Jordan and all of them to kind of grow the game and all that, and because you wanted more talent you wanted more money into the game. You wanted more money into the NBA, so you need more eyes. So you need these guys to do that. Fast forward to 2024. Do you think international basketball gives a fuck about Caitlin Clark?
No.
People got to stop thinking that America is the world. Look, I live in America. God bless the country. We have our faults. We have an ugly history. But trust me, I'm happy to live in the United States of America. But we got to stop having this premise like people outside of our country actually give a fuck about what the fuck we give about. And yes, there is an aspect of our community in the United States of America that really likes Caitlin Clark. I have never said, Chris, me and you, the girl is an entertaining watch. We're not gonna sit here and deny that shit. But you cannot sit here and continuously demean other players to support this one chick. It should just not flow. She is not important for this game to grow for international purposes. It is not. This is not a reality. They don't need her for that. They have other players and other established organizations overseas that give a fuck about themselves and the players that they have. You know what would put more eyes onto WNBA basketball? Is winning the gold medal. You know what international people like? Dominance. Why do you think they like Real Madrid? Why do you think they like Bayern Munich? Why do you think they like Manchester United, Manchester City? Because if you look at that sport, they love dominance. They love great athletes. They love superstars. You see how they treat the Lionel Messi's and the Cristiano Ronaldos and all those type of guys. Like, they don't give a fuck about Caitlin Clark. You think she gonna move the needle like that? She'll move the needle for American. She'll move the needle for that purpose. But you think people in South Brazil gonna give a fuck if Caitlin Clark plays or not? They don't give two shits. They don't care. So we got to stop. We got to stop with that. We got to stop with the misconception that, you know, the marketing days of 92 is way different from what it is in 2024. Basketball is prevalent in overseas. It's one of the more popular sports next to soccer. And you know how big soccer is in international. Mm-hmm. It's huge. Basketball, I believe, has got to be number 2. You know what I mean? So, look, Caitlin Clark will be fine. She'll be okay. She'll make the next team, which will be in America. It will be in LA, which is more important. And on top of that, I agree with Chene and all them saying, yo, this break might be really good for her. She's played consistent basketball since November. It's not going to be, look, are you going to sit here and tell me that all y'all are not going to root for the USA because Caitlin Clark is not on the team? So you telling me you're un-American? Is that what you're telling me? The people, you guys, the blue collar motherfuckers are un-American just because Caitlin Clark is not on the team? Bro, just root for these ladies, bro. It's not that deep. It really isn't. She doesn't deserve to be on this team. Hell, Arike from Dallas deserves to be on the team more than she does.
Exactly.
She's the number 1 scorer in the goddamn league. So what are we talking about? Or close to it. So what are we talking about? Who are you taking off? Kelsey Plum? Nope. You taking off Chelsea Gray? Like, nope. Chelsea Gray hasn't played, but at the end of the day, she's CP3 in the women's game. She's the best point guard in the league. When she's available, she gonna be the best. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Aces aren't doing good. They're 5-4 because they don't got Chelsea Clay. Chelsea Gray is very important to that team. To me, she's on the same tier. Obviously, A'ja Wilson is a tier of her own. But next important player on that team is Chelsea Gray, and we all know that. Jackie Young is 3rd, Kelsey Plum is 4th, and so on and so on. But we got to stop this narrative with Caitlin Clark that people need to just forget their morals and basketball intellect just so we can support this young girl. Like, bro, she will be fine. She's not dying. She ain't going nowhere. She's 22 years old. She's going to be playing basketball for a very long time. She's going to have many opportunities to be in the Olympics. Stop with this cap, with this bullshit, because it's getting really annoying. Stephen A. Smith, you sound fucking dumb. Respectfully, you sound ignorant, bro. And you demeaning these black girls is crazy to me. These black women who built this league up, and they call you out every time, and you get emotional about it, bro. Why do you get so emotional about it? You've never done anything for the WNBA, bro. Stop capping like you've done this thing. Like, I've brought Chene on here, and I'm like, you bring him on there to talk about NBA topics. Not WNBA. When the last time we talked about the WA this much? But we should have, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of
like Andrea Clark. I think that's her name.
Andrea Carter. Yeah.
It was like she told him. How about next week we talk about A'ja Wilson?
And she called him out. She's like, literally, what'd you say about A'ja Wilson last week? She should be. She's marketable. Why is she not marketable? So why don't you help with that conversation? You have this platform.
And then I don't know what Shannon Sharp is talking about. Oh, that's not how TV works. But why not?
Look, for as into himself as Stephen A. Smith is, he thinks he's God in media. Right? Am I wrong or right? So if you feel like you've had this power, you've literally told the only reason why you know Shanae is because of me. The only reason why you know Molly is because of me. That's literally what he said. So, okay. So if you want to help the women's game grow, besides outside of Caitlin Clark, which you said you want to do, talk about Jackie Young. Talk about Asia Wilson. Talk about Breonna Stewart. Talk about Candace Parker when she was playing, and so on and so forth. Talk about Cameron Brink, who's hooping. Talk about Angel Reese, who's a dog. Pat McAfee, who know who's a dog? Not Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Put that on your fucking show. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you guys sound like buffoons, man. You guys sound like you're unintelligent about the WNBA. And if that's the case, stop saying ignorant things to try to demean women. If you want to big up Caitlin Clark, cool. But use Caitlin Clark to also big up the rest of these women. You guys keep talking about you want the game to grow. Caitlin Clark is not going to be the sole reason why you're going to get to where you're going to get. Yes, she's going to speed up the process to a little bit, but you need a whole group of women to help this sport grow internationally, not just in America. We talking about we want the WNBA to grow in Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Japan, China, Russia, Germany, all these things. Yeah. This one woman cannot do it on her own. You guys are putting, and that's another thing I think is unfair for her. I feel bad for her sometimes because you're putting these high expectations on her. We don't know she's going to be great. We don't know if she's ever going to win a WNBA championship. We do not know. We kind of expect it in a sense because it's just who she is. But she's inefficient. She cannot play defense. And I don't think she even really has the personality to be able to grow the game like you think she can. Show me a commercial where she's like, damn, she got the personality like an Ann Edwards or a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant or a Steph Curry. I don't see that shit. All I hear is that she should be forced into this situation. She needs to earn it. Stop telling me that she needs this. She needs to earn it. Earn it on the play. Earn it with your personality. All I see, the only person that I see is she bitches on the court every time she feels like she gets fouled. So what are we talking about? So again, congratulations to all those women who are in the USA Olympic team. If you choose not to watch it because of one player, number one, you're not a fan of the WNBA, so stop the cap. Number two, you do not want to see the game grow. And then number three, you ain't a real American because you ain't going to root for the goddamn team because of one fucking person. So if you feel any other kind of way, tough luck. But that's the reality of it.
Yeah, I agree, man. And Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, y'all need to tighten up over there.
Facts.
All right, man. Let's talk about NBA expansion, man.
Yeah, man. So obviously, Adam Silver and the NBA has really starting to acknowledge more about NBA expansion. TV deals are almost done with I believe it's Amazon, NBC, and ESPN. For 11 years for $76 billion, huge money. Obviously, I've been saying this. I think the talent pool in the NBA is very, very deep. You have a lot of players that should be playing that don't get minutes because of how deep certain teams are, i.e. Oklahoma City Thunder. You got the cats like, the Kings. You have Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, even my Lakers team. Like, even some of the teams that aren't good. Like, there's players that should, be able to see time and get more development. So obviously, he's mentioned the likes of Seattle, Vegas, and Mexico City. You kind of keep hearing those names. I think Nashville gets thrown in there every now and then and stuff like that. But let's call it spade a spade. We all know the two teams that are eventually going to get picked. It's going to probably be Vegas. It's probably going to be Seattle. Seattle, well-deserved. Vegas, huge, very big time. Vegas, I think, is a really huge basketball city. Obviously we got Summer League and all that. People are itching for a basketball team like myself. So it's really exciting for me. Hopefully we start, hopefully the ball gets rolling pretty quick here. And hopefully we start hearing announcements about these teams and we can start solidifying where they're going to be at. And I'm also curious to see how the realignment is going to go. I'm curious to see how the draft, the expansion draft is going to go as far as them getting players. Are they going to do something similar to what the NHL did with, the Vegas Golden Knights and the Seattle team, the Seattle Kraken? Are they going to do something similar? Or are they going to change? Are they going to do what they did, I think, in the past? I forgot what they did back in the day, especially with was it like the Vancouver Grizzlies or something like that, or Toronto Raptors? I forgot what they did for that situation, but maybe they might tweak it to kind of like help fast pace, these new up and coming teams being better, quicker, and not being dog shit for like the first 8 years. So, but I'm excited, man. How you feeling about it?
No, I'm excited. We've all known that Vegas has always been talked about as a spot to get an NBA team. They're trying to make this a sports town with the baseball team coming
Yeah.
in a few years, and then you got of course you got the Aces out here. You got the Golden Knights, and you got the Raiders out here. So definitely trying to make this more of a, sports town. So why not add an NBA team out here and give it the trifecta? So
Hmm.
and boxing is prominent out here too. So yeah, most definitely make it a sports hub out here and add just add that NBA and plus especially because the college basketball isn't what it used to be back in the day. They're trying to get it there, but it's just not quite there yet. So
Yeah.
get an NBA team out here and bring that crowd out here. When they play the Lakers or play Boston or
Knicks,
any of the
Boston. Yeah.
Knicks, any of the big teams. So
Yeah, for sure.
definitely, we've heard where they want to possibly try to make developments in certain areas of the city. So it's going to come eventually. LeBron James already stamped it that he wants to bring a team out here. So you wouldn't be surprised if he becomes partly owner of that
Mhm.
team or gets with a development team and then gets a team out here. So
Let me ask you, would you like to see Kansas City get a basketball team?
I mean, yeah, it's actually a very underrated because Kansas City is a big time sports town too. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? You got the Royals are balling right now, so
Mhm.
that helps it out. But you got the Chiefs; they're doing what they're doing. Kansas basketball; they're one of the prominent college
Yeah, yeah.
basketball
No, they're
teams out
huge,
there.
huge. Kansas State's huge too. Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas State, K State's always pretty good. They always make it in the tournament. Mizzou, they had a horrible year last year, but for the most part, they're
Yeah, for the
decent.
most part, they're pretty cool. Yeah.
But then on the football side, Kansas is emerging on the
Mhm.
football field. If their quarterback can just stay healthy, but they're emerging with talent over there.
Kansas State's always tough.
Mizzou, Mizzou looks like a playoff team this
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
K State is always, a 8 to 9 win team, bowl team or whatever,
Mhm.
always prominent in the Big 12. So yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Bringing a team out there. They deserve. They used to have the Kansas City Kings back in the day. They
Mhm.
built that. I think it's called the T-Mobile Sprint Center or whatever. They built one out there just for that.
Okay. Okay.
So
Cool.
they want that, and the whole spiel was they was going. That's why they wanted to put the baseball team downtown to kind of connect to that basketball stadium. It was like a crosswalk to go to each stadium. So
Yeah.
um, they definitely want a basketball team out there because like I said, Kansas City is very high on their basketball out there too, especially in college. Especially in college.
Nah. Yeah, nah, definitely. I can definitely see them being the next slate if they were to expand
Mhm,
again, which I
mhm,
think they will. I could see them going to 34 teams, especially
mhm.
with the amount of talent that's being, with international and AAU in America. Like, there's going to be a slew of talent. That shouldn't be no problem. Um, I could definitely see them being aligned with Nashville. I wouldn't mind
Mhm.
seeing Vancouver getting another chance shot at it. I, the thing with Mexico City is I get it, I understand it. Dynamically, I get it. Like, it fits with the dynamics of it. You have a big presence in Mexico City. The only thing is with me is the safety factor with Mexico. Like, look, you're starting to hear, obviously, you're starting to hear rumblings about the whole situation with, obviously,
Brazil.
Brazil and Mexico is different, but to me it's low key kind of same because I've heard situations with soccer team and soccer players
Yeah,
where they had to
yeah.
go through this. But with certain situations, if you want to bring teams to international seas and international countries, it becomes a problem when you start hearing where your team needs to be in an armored vehicle. They need patrol 24/7 and they can't leave their hotel and they can't wear a specific color. If true, that's kind of crazy. And in Mexico City, no, we've seen documentaries and we get it. That was a long time ago. It's just something I think they need to put a hesitation on because I think that's something you really need to look into as far as the safety of the players, the families, the coaches, and the organization. With cities like that, no disrespect to Mexico City or anything like that, because trust me, I'm not trying to get kidnapped by the fucking. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I love y'all, but that's the reality of it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Mexico City is really a real threat. But I guess you can kind of put it in hindsight where if they were to do it, too many eyes will be on that kind of situation to the point where I believe the Mexican government and all that will force them to be like, yo, y'all got to kind of chill. Y'all can't do anything like this. We're trying to grow our country and, do whatever. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how everything kind of plays out. How do you feel about the Mexico City thing?
I don't know. Those I just be feeling bad for the players having to live out. Like they're gonna have to live there. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta change. I mean, I get it, but they gotta change their whole lives. And
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, that's dangerous, bro. Like
Yeah.
not just I mean, I'm sure Mexico is probably gonna be a little bit more easier to navigate than if they were had to go move to like I don't know Germany or something like that.
Facts. Yeah.
But still, it's just mm, you
That's
know.
like, yeah, it's kind of like hearing about the Jack. Like, it's like like, all right, let's go to the NFL. Like, could you honestly see the Jags? I know that's been another big rumor. The Jags
Going to
moving to London.
London.
Like,
No,
could you honestly see that with the travel? And I'm
they
like,
would
would
be
you be living
they would be in so much of a disadvantage because they
there?
would be so
Absolutely.
far away from every team. Like
Yeah.
every road game would be rough on them. And then
Absolutely.
it'd be same difference for the team that got to travel to the UK. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Could you
like
imagine? Like, I couldn't imagine if my Raiders had to go travel to fucking London for the number one, because it will fuck up the flow of your week, because you're gonna have to literally travel Monday, get out there,
mm,
get acclimated with the time. You're gonna change your environment to get ready. You're gonna change your whole kind of flow to just get ready for this one game. Like, honestly, I think it would be a huge advantage for the Jaguars in the sense it's for home field advantage.
yeah,
But
yeah,
to travel, but it will be, as you said, it will be a detriment to them when they had to go travel to fucking like London to play the Rams or play the Chargers
mhm,
or play
mhm,
Seattle or even going to Kansas City. You'll be like,
yeah.
damn, you know what I mean? Or having your team going to, like, how would you feel if your Kansas City Chiefs had to go make that trip, to London? You know what I mean? To like play a game, like you
I would
wouldn't
hate it.
feel too confident about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it
And
would be a cool game for both of them, but
unless if we going out there, can we get the bye week? Can we get that bye week, man?
you can't give every team a bye week
No,
after
you
the
can't.
Jags. So
You
like
can't.
that
You
shit ain't
can't.
gonna work, dog.
You
I
can't.
just don't know how you. I just don't know how you facilitate something like that.
Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna move the Jags anywhere, I'll be like, yo, move them to fucking
just keep
like
them.
if you want to do international, I get Mexico. Like, I get the logistics of Mexico.
Yeah,
My whole thing is just that, are they going to be protected? And it's not. I'm not trying to put the stereotype on Mexico as a whole, because
no,
I'm sure
but
it's a beautiful, beautiful country to live in. I've heard great things about it. Everybody that I've known that's gone to Mexico, they love it out there,
mm,
and the people out there are fucking amazing. So, but it's just the reality of it, though. You know what I mean? When you got to sit here and tell me that certain players need to be protected, like, and I get it. They've had games out there in a sense. They've had the Mexico games. I think the NFL has been out there too.
yeah.
But it's just different, man. If the Jags were to move, all right. If the Jags were to move, if you could move the Jags anywhere, if they had to leave Jacksonville, where would you put them?
I don't know, bro. See, I get that you're trying to grow the game. I just feel like NFL is just one of those games that it's never gonna grow as big as it is right now internationally.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be like basketball. Basketball is easy to translate. Not to say that it's a more it's a the skill level definitely is harder, but the to the eyes it's simpler to watch.
Hmm.
So it's easier to grasp. Like you can get somebody to watch basketball and be like, "Oh, I want to go dribble the ball." Whereas if
Hmm.
I can't get a Japanese guy to be like, "Oh, I want to play wide receiver." You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
it looks difficult. You know what I'm saying? Even though it may not. I mean, route running is hard. Does not get it twisted because you, especially running at somebody who's trying to stop you from running your routes. Like that's difficult to do.
Hmm.
But I just think visually outside of the country is just never going to catch like the NFL wants it to catch. For them to move a team, whether it be Germany, Brazil, where all these places that they're trying to tap into the market. Now it's cool to have these little international games. That's cool. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
yeah, for
could
sure.
do that, but for them to come out and be like, yeah, we're gonna put a team out in Germany. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it just don't work though. Like if I'm gonna move the Jags, my couple of logistic things will be either San Antonio, because
yeah,
obviously you've heard the rumors about them getting a team.
yeah,
I don't know how Jerry Jones is gonna feel about that. I know he said he wouldn't like that idea, but Jerry Jones, you about to be out the door soon anyway, just based on age. God bless you.
yeah.
And then the other thing is, if you're gonna go international, why not put a team in Vancouver? Put a West Coast Canadian team out there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or go to Toronto. Maybe Toronto might be the new thing. You know what I mean? Built up that that upper east. You know, Toronto has a great fan base. I think Vancouver has a great fan base. I get, the Seahawks probably wouldn't be too happy about that, but at the end of the day, who cares?
Buffalo won't be happy about that Toronto.
Buffalo wouldn't be happy about Toronto either, but like you couldn't. Look, like Alabama will never get a look. I know Alabama is a football state, but they will never get an NFL professional team until they get out of their country ways, dog. Like that's a fact. That's
But
a fact.
that's a college football city.
That's a
Man.
college town, but
That would never be bigger than Alabama.
I don't think they have a city to even be able to command an NFL team. There's nowhere else on the West I could think of. There's nowhere in Oregon. You cannot put another team in California. That's just impossible. Nevada can't hold another team. That's just impossible. Denver cannot. Nebraska, maybe maybe Nebraska. I don't know how Lincoln is. I don't know how it is. They are a big football town. I don't know how that would be. Oklahoma City, you might be able to do an Oklahoma City team. Maybe, that could give you another rivalry with the whole Texas thing. You know what I mean? I think they could support it. I think Oklahoma City could probably support an NFL team. I really think they could. Maybe. Anywhere in Ohio? Well, you already got Cleveland, so no.
You got Cleveland and Cincinnati. So.
Cleveland and Cincinnati, so that's a no. South Carolina, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say
Arkansas,
no.
Yeah. I don't know what he was.
Move Jacksonville to Orlando.
Maybe.
Maybe. If you want to keep them in Florida, I guess move them to Orlando.
But Jacksonville has a nice little fan base, though.
They do. Like I think they're growing. I think with the likes of Trevor Lawrence and if they can get their shit together, they've proven that they'll go out support them. But they've been bad franchise for a while. Even with the Mark Brunell days, I think they came out with that. That was a really good team with Keenan Smith and all them. So it's just gonna be interesting. It's really gonna be interesting to see because as I said, not only the NBA, but you're starting to hear the NFL trying to kind of remap everything in a sense. I know they want to grow the game, but I agree with you. It's going to be kind of hard for you to kind of logistically tell a team to be like, yo, you're going to have to travel to Brazil. You're going to have to travel to London or, wherever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to be kind of hard.
That's just too much on their bodies, man. Like they already hitting people, consistently. Now you want to make them travel all the way to Japan?
Nah. Like I get it in a sense. Maybe they're trying to do something like kind of like a soccer thing, but a lot of those games are like friendlies or like international tournaments. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if like NBA and the NFL are trying to go that kind of route where they're kind of trying to establish all these different leagues. So they can do like a big World Cup or a big, something like of that magnitude. I get, especially with football, like basketball, you don't really need to do that in a sense because you already have the Olympics, you already have the FIBA World Tournament, so you don't really need that in that aspect. I think the NBA, the basketball game is really internationally televised anyway. I think it's big. But NFL, I feel like it's going to be kind of hard. Like, I know they're trying to do the whole flag football thing with the Olympics, but that's not the same product as like what we get in the NFL. So it's just gonna be. I agree with you. At the end of the day, I come to the alignment of. I just think it's gonna be tough for them to kind of like break that international mode. I really do. I don't know how you do it. I really don't, because you're not gonna ask these players to play. You're not gonna create a real NFL style game for the Olympics. You're not gonna do that. Olympics is 3 weeks. How can you play NFL style games in the 3-week span? It's just not gonna work. I don't think it's an international sport.
No, it's not. It's not, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's doing great, obviously. It's killing it out here.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and play. Who gets a championship?
All right, man. Yeah. I'm excited for this. You kind of told me about it, man. So I'm excited what you got.
We're going to start off with the two heavy hitters. Josh Allen Joe Burrow, who gets a Super Bowl first?
Ooh, man, that's tough, bro. I don't really like where the Bills are at this current point. I do like offensively where they're at with the Bengals, but you got a lot of questions on that defensive side. You got a couple players asking for trades. I'm not really too fond of the coach either. But I'm gonna go with Burrow. I'm gonna go with Burrow. I just think talent wise, he has a lot around him. And then Josh Allen, he had his chances, man. He just couldn't get over the hump. So I'm gonna go with Joe.
Okay, okay. Let's go with these head coaches. Both of them are best friends. Kyle Shanahan or Matt LaFleur?
It should be Kyle Shanahan. If he don't win the Super Bowl this year, they ain't never winning the Super Bowl, dog. So I'm gonna go with Kyle, man. I'm gonna go with Kyle over Matt.
You going with Kyle?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I just think with the squad that they have to win at least one Super Bowl with this kind of squad, bro, before they pay Brock Purdy. I do like the direction that Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers are going. I do like it. They got youth on their side, but let's call it spade a spade. The 49ers should be in Super Bowl contention this year. Like Packers are, but not on the level as the Niners, man. The Niners should be competing. Obviously, they should have low key kind of won the Chiefs game like last year. They had opportunities to win the game, so they hung in tight. So it should be Kyle Shanahan. They should win in the next year or two. They should already have a ring.
Let's go to basketball. Anthony Edwards or SGA? Shea Gill.
Damn, fuck you. This is tough. You know how I feel about my man SGA, boy. That's my guy right there, boy. And Anthony Edwards, that's my guy too. No homo. But I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I'm gonna go with SGA.
Okay.
Because I think they have a lot of opportunities to just add crazy talent to that squad. They have so many picks, cap space, youth, interchangeable pieces. And with the Timberwolves, they're kind of stuck in a sense because you got Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert on those contracts. And it's kind of hard to upgrade that team. You're kind of just stuck with that squad. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be amazing. Now he still has an opportunity to keep growing as a player. I don't think he's hit his ceiling at all. I don't think he's even close. So if he can take that generational jump where he can just be like, where he can get MVP status, I think he could potentially win it next year. But I'm gonna go with SGA, man. I think they're literally like a piece or two away from making it to a NBA Finals, man. SGA is he's probably the most consistent player in the NBA. He's going to give you 30 and like 8 every time. Like he had over 50 30-point games in this season. And in the playoffs, he showed he can handle it. He was averaging over 30. He was amazing, bro. So I'm gonna rock with OKC and SGA, man. I think I'm gonna put them high on my list when it comes close to the NBA season next year of them being title contenders.
For sure. Your boy Max Crosby or Quentin Williams of the Jets?
Oh, Max, bro. You think I'm going to kiss my man? Come on, man, Max, bro. At the end of the day, like with the Jets, all their hopes are on Aaron Rodgers. You're putting all your hopes on that calf. You're putting all your hopes on Aaron Rodgers. He almost retired this year to be in the campaign for the presidential race. And you're telling me I'm going to have faith in Quinn Williams and the Jets? No, it's going to be Max Crosby. We may not win it this year. I'm not expecting us to win anything. We don't have a quarterback, but we're going to get a quarterback. Our defense, when you really look at it, our defense was low-key top 5 at the end of the year. When you put up statistics, we were up there with the likes of the Chiefs, the Niners, the Steelers. We were up there. If you look at the stats, my guy, we're right there. So if we can just get a quarterback, hey, and y'all Chiefs, y'all, we ain't scared to play y'all in Kansas City, dog. You know it. We ain't scared to play y'all in Kansas City, bro. We're not scared of the Chiefs. We're not. We've been through it all. We've gotten our asses whooped, and we've been gone in their home field and beat them. So we're not scared of the Chiefs. As we both said, I think an AFC Championship game against with the Chiefs and Raiders, and whoever stadium would be one of the best championship games of all time. Those, especially with, and I think you would agree. I think with the way you're at, you guys kind of put yourselves as like y'all the Lannisters of the NFL. Game of Thrones. If you're familiar with Game of Thrones, Lannisters, top family in town. You guys feel yourself. You know what I mean? You guys feel like you're untouchable.
Why we gotta be the Lannisters?
You got Patrick Mahomes and all. It's a reality, brother, and you know this. Stop the cap. You know
incesting over here, man.
Nah, I'm not saying y'all incesting. Maybe a couple of y'all, but not all y'all. Maybe a couple of y'all, but not all y'all. It's all respect at the end of the day. But but you know what I'm saying though. You guys hold yourselves to high regards. You guys got Patrick Mahomes. You guys got Andy Reid, and you got this hungry big fan base of the Raiders that has not won anything or gotten close to anything since 2000 and 2001. You put that against the Kansas City Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. Tell me what wouldn't be a better game than that, a more ferocious game than that, a more intense game than that amongst players and fan bases, bro. Come on, man. You cannot tell me the Raiders fans wouldn't be out in full-blown smoke if it was in Kansas City, bro. That shit might be half red, half black. It might be, bro. It might be. And you know it. You know it. You know it. You know that time is coming. You know it's coming, bro. You know that time of us playing in the playoff game is coming. You sense it and I sense it. I don't care. Any 19 people that are watching this right now who are Kansas City Chiefs fans, you can feel it's coming to a head. The Raiders are coming, and we're going to meet in the playoffs and let the best team win. And whoever wins on that, they're going to have a lot of shit to talk. So I'm excited for that moment. I really am. And you know I'm right, bro. You know I'm right, bro. Tell me I'm wrong.
Y'all gonna have a good defense this year.
Tell me I'm wrong. Am I right though about that sentiment though?
Yeah, of course.
With the playoffs and that scenario, you think we're eventually gonna meet in the playoffs soon?
Eventually.
I say in the next 2-3 years it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I gotta get a quarterback.
Yeah, that's all I said. We got to get a quarterback. I'm not expecting us to look.
Maybe Minshew mania.
Look, I expect us to be competing to get in the playoffs. Now, if we get in the playoffs, I do not know. I'm not going to sit here and say that. Obviously, it's still before the season, so I could change my mind. This is not solidified thought. But right now, I'm currently saying we're going to be fighting for a playoff spot. I'm putting myself in to get in the playoffs. I know a lot of people probably won't, but our defense is going to have us in a lot of these games, bro. They're going to win us a lot of the games.
That I will say about your Raiders. Your defense is going to be nasty.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. All right, let's do Lamar Jackson or CJ Stroud.
This is another tough one. This is good. This is good. Ah, man. I'm gonna go CJ.
What?
I'm gonna go CJ just because I still got to see it with Lamar in the playoffs, man. He hasn't really. I think last year was his opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and he can't do it. So with CJ, I've seen him come up in the playoffs, and he was the main reason why they won. I haven't seen that with Lamar. I haven't. Even the games that they did win, he didn't play his best. The running game helped a little bit, and the defense helped a lot. So I got to see it. I root for both of them. You know, if my Raiders don't win it, I would be happy for either one of those gentlemen to win it. But I'm gonna put my money a little bit more on CJ right now. He has a better. I low-key think he. Minus the defensive side, but even that, I think the Ravens lost a lot of key pieces on that defensive side. I think Texans really have the better squad than the Ravens. I really do believe that. I do. Who would you take? I'm curious. Who would you take?
I'm going Lamar Jackson.
You going Lamar? Okay. Why would you do that?
I just think that I think he's right there, man. It's just they got to stop trying to make him a pocket passer, and just let him be him. Let him be him, bro. Yeah. Like some dudes are just anomalies. It's like Cam Newton. Cam Newton was an anomaly, dog. You just gonna let him run the folks over, man. Like just gotta let him use his legs, man. Some dudes are just that's their skill set. Yes, I know we want them to sit in the pocket and throw. You know, with pinpoint accuracy, you know, that's just not Lamar's game, man. And we just got to come to grips with that. He's never going to be a Patrick Mahomes. He's never going to be a Josh Allen throwing it from the pocket and Joe Burrows. That's not his game, and that's okay. He's still been he's been a 2-time MVP doing that.
Yeah.
So if that defense continues to be that Ravens defense, which it is, year in and year out, they you know turn the wheel and lose players and bring in players, and the defense still good. They lose defensive coordinators, and the defense still good. So I still expect the defense to be all right. They're gonna be just fine. They still kept a lot of the key pieces on that defense, so they'll be all right.
Yeah.
So if that defense continues to do what it does, just yes, Lamar Jackson can play. He has to play with a lead. He does have to play with a lead. If he doesn't play with a lead, they don't have the type of offense to get them out of that lead. They just don't. That's not their game. But even last year in that AFC Championship game, they still had opportunities to win that game.
Yeah.
It was just they didn't run the football. They too busy trying to throw the football down the field and make Lamar Jackson a pocket passer. And for whatever reason, he just stood there. There was lanes open for him to run to get first downs.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
So I
How you
just
feel
think
about him losing all this weight though?
I don't like that. I do not like. Maybe he didn't like being heavier. Maybe that was weighing on him, whatever. But that just means you can get hurt more. But we'll
We'll
see.
see. I wouldn't be mad if either one of them won.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad.
Uh. All right. How about Dan Campbell or Nick Sirianni?
I'm going with Dan. I'm going with Dan. I'm going with Dan. Like Nick Sirianni. Look, I'm not gonna shit on him like a lot of people are. I guess some people aren't a fan of his, just kind of like with his antics and stuff like that. And they do have a really great team. They really do. So for all we know, this could be the NFC Championship game for all we know. So but I'm gonna go with Dan, man. Hey, I'm just a little bit bigger believer in the Dan Campbell situation, even though he does some little wild stuff too. But I'm a bigger believer in Dan Campbell.
Okay. Ja Morant or Joel Embiid?
Uh, if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, then it would be Joel Embiid. And then obviously they have an opportunity to get a key player like a Paul George add to that team. So, but Ja is amazing, bro. He just gotta stop doing dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Joel. I'm gonna stick with Joel for right now. I get the injury history with his is not really promising. Every year it's kind of proven that he can't win it, but he can't stay healthy, not win it. But yeah, I just believe the 76ers are going to get a big piece. I could see them getting Paul George. I could see them getting a Brandon Ingram or something like that. Maybe even Jimmy Butler going back. And then if he can just stay healthy, then 76ers have a real chance next year. So I'm going to go with Joel.
How about Dame Lillard or Jimmy Butler?
Ugh. Neither one. Depends on where Jimmy. If Jimmy stays in Miami, then I'm gonna say Dame, just in the sense of like he still has Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't really do anything to that team. That team is gonna be defensively a defensive liability. Shit. I'm only saying Dame just because of Giannis. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if it on their own, I would probably take Jimmy Butler over Dame, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Luka Doncic or Jalen Brunson?
Well, Luka has a chance. He still has a chance. So I'm going to say Luka for right now because I get it. They're down 0-2, but he still has a chance to win a championship this year. Jalen Brunson is out. So you got to say Luka just based on that alone. But the Knicks are coming.
And last but not least, I'm going to throw a little curve at you.
Okay.
Victor Wembanyama
Mm-hmm.
or Caitlin Clark?
Oh, Victor. Victor. The fuck we talking about? Like, nah, Caitlin Clark ain't winning the championship before Victor. Sorry, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Woo.
Because I'm be honest with you, I know people are kind of saying like, I don't know if Juju can come out this year, but let's say hypothetically, people are kind of saying like, oh, like Caitlin Clark's gonna get paired with Juju. No, she's not. If she were to be able to come out, she'd be going taking her ass to the Mystics. And then Paige Buchers, like you really gonna
That's what
you're
Paige.
just kind of repeating what you have on the offensive side. So
That's
nah.
where Paige is probably going to end up going is the Mystics because she's the one that's going to be coming out next year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah. So nah. And then when Juju comes, nah, lights out. So
She
nah,
was at the Sparks game. They was lining up to take pictures with her.
hey,
She gonna be a star, man.
another big face of the league right there, boy. When she come in, that's gonna be a game changer right there. I think she gonna have the potentials to do a Candace Parker, bro. Depending on what team she goes to, because you never know. Let's say the Aces just have a bad year, bro, and you pair up Juju with Asia. Come on, my guy. What are we doing? It's a possibility that could happen. Don't sleep on that idea. I'm gonna say this. Don't sleep on that.
I think they're gonna do their damnedest to get Juju on the Sparks.
On the Sparks, it's a possibility. But I like what the Sparks have though. I really do. I think they're gonna be good. I don't think there's gonna be a chance for them to get that spot. Because I don't see a chance for the Fever getting Juju. Even when she's able to come out, I don't see a chance for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Seattle. I could see like Juju maybe getting to Seattle or something like that. I know they're kind of rebuilding. Maybe the Mercury because of Diana Taurasi. Who knows how long she's gonna be playing? So I'm sure they're gonna be rebuilding here pretty soon. And Brittany Griner. After everything she's gone through, she's getting injured a little bit more. Hopefully she can get healthy. I know she's playing right now, but it's a possibility, man. I just think it's gonna be tough for Caitlin Clark to go unless she decides to leave Indiana and go to like a New York Liberty or go to like a dominant team. Like she decides to come to the Aces or Liberty, and she kind of forms like this big 3 or foursome. That's kind of what it comes down to at this point. Even the Connecticut Sun, like she gonna need a squad, and then so I'm not gonna speak too much, but yeah, Victor Wembanyama.
For sure.
Who would you choose?
Victor.
Okay. Just checking, my guy.
Saw that dude do a sham god in the post.
Oh, boy, that boy gonna be bad, bro. That boy's gonna be so bad, bro. He might get a championship before Anthony Davis, before Anthony Edwards, and before SGA. Let's call it spade.
They put a team around him with the Spurs.
Well, they talking about Darius Garland. I actually like that idea. Or Trae Young, one of the two. They're talking about it. But I think they like Darius Garland more, I think.
Do something. You got anything else, man?
Nah, man. I really don't, man. I'll say this, man. It's I know this is National Men's Mental Health Month. Any man out there that's going through something, mental anguish, tiredness, sadness, depression, or anything like that, brother, go seek help, bro. Take that pride out. Every man needs to have an open conversation depending on who it is and speak out their feelings and, get through whatever it is that they're going through. No one needs to, take their own life or sit in sadness for the rest of their life, man. Go seek the help that you need to get. It's very important, man. I know a lot of us go through a lot of shit. I know a lot of us hold in a lot of stuff. I'm attest to it. So I'm gonna say that, man. Just get the help you need, man. Don't be afraid to speak out if you have any mental problems, for sure.
For sure. All right, man. Let's do flowers of the week.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna let you go first.
So I'm gonna give my flowers. First, I know we already talked about it. I'm gonna give it to Xbox. They did their thing for the showcase. So I'm gonna give it to them. But my last one is I'm gonna give it to Darren Waller, man. I know a lot of people have been cracking jokes on my guy over the music video and certain things that he's doing, but when you kind of hear him talk when he kind of announced his retirement and stuff like that, I'm gonna give him his flowers, bro. He was a really good receiver when healthy. He had that one great year for us. I know he had his injuries and stuff like that. But I'm gonna give him his flowers because of his addiction problems and him getting over that hump and him being able to progress with his life and create a future for him and any future kids or family or girlfriend or wife he's gonna have. I know we crack jokes on him a lot, but I'm gonna give him his flowers, man. Say congratulations to him to a successful life. Obviously, we're very indifferent about his career, but he did some good things, man. So, shout out to him, man. Hopefully your music career goes well. And I'm gonna give him my flowers.
Right on. I got a few flowers I want to give out, man. First, I want to give mine to Coco. I think her name is Giaf.
Mm-hmm.
She won her first Grand Slam doubles tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to her, man. She's been killing it in the tennis sport, and she's always representing for the black females out there. So man, I definitely want to give her flowers for winning this weekend, past weekend. Um, and I ain't trying to make it all cheaps, but I do want to give my flowers to BJ Thompson. He did wake up the day after we did our pod on Wednesday night. He ended up coming to. He is up, stable. They're saying that he could be going home pretty soon. But so I'm glad that that brother's doing good. And I also want to give my flowers to Jamal Charles, man. I saw a video, man, of him talking about after the game he had made some bad investment decisions and he was going through a depression, had suicidal thoughts, but now he's doing better and he's his mind and stability, and this goes into the mental health thing, that his mental is back straight. But it's sad to hear that we hear these players after their playing career is done, they don't know what to do with themselves because they've been doing that sport since they were kids. So now it stops and they got to be almost regular human beings of being dad now or being husband or, both or, doing whatever, try to find a different, business venture because not everybody can, sit in front of a camera and talk about a sport. You know what I'm saying? Some people
Yeah,
just got to do other things. And sometimes that's not even their desire. They just want to be regular people. So
absolutely.
shout out to that brother, man. He had a he had a really good career, got derailed by injuries, but when he was healthy, he was one of the better running backs to play the game. So I'm glad that brother's in a better mental state. So I'm gonna give my flowers to Jamal Charles too.
For sure, man. Shout out to him.
All right, man. Who's your hell now go to?
All right, so I got three of these. I'm gonna try to go fast. First one goes to Josh Jacobs. He keeps on saying these crazy things about Raider fans and Raiders organization, talking about he didn't want to sign for the low to lose and all that. My brother, I'm gonna say this: I was never one of those Raider fans that was asking you for a goodbye letter. I was never that. I don't care about that shit. But it becomes a point in time, my brother, where it's just like all people was just saying, I know a lot of fans wanted him to thank the fans and all that type of shit, but I don't think you need to demean the fan base and the organization who's done nothing but support you, been big fans of yours. Like you were one of our favorite players to ever during the Derek Carr era. A lot of people liked you a lot more than Derek Carr. A lot of people liked you more than Darren Waller and all that, then obviously Max Crosby came, but I don't think it's a time for you to always keep shitting on this fan base and this organization who's done nothing but to support you. Congratulations on you getting your bread, but you might be the first Raiders player that isn't welcome back, my brother, because you're heading in that direction. So he gets a hell no for me. Number 2 goes to Drake post Kendrick battle. Like, bro, you are going out fucking sad, my guy. Like, you take off all the fucking music from your battle. Now you post some shit talking about goats don't fear some shit. Blah,
One
blah,
trick ponies,
one trick ponies and shit, bro. While you over here wearing some fucking
soccer mom,
soccer
flow.
mom dad outfit type shit, bro. Like, bro, like at this moment, and then that's not including some of the bullshit music that you dropped last couple times, my brother. Just give us like another come through, my guy. Give us another uh, uh, whatever. I don't care. Just give us something nice. Give us something cool. Give us something we
What's
can dance
what's the
to. About
what's the odds after the Kendrick Lamar concert that Drake puts a caption post? What would you set the odds at?
I would minus 5,000. It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee, bro. Like he gonna be in his feels, bro. He's not gonna put out no music. I know that because he don't want that shit. One trick pony, like it just makes no sense because Kendrick beat you at your game. So he obviously ain't a one trick pony. So and then
Each
obviously
song sounded differently, so he showed he
yeah,
had a
and
one
then
trick pony.
yeah, man. So Drake going out bad after
Yes,
this shit. He really
yes.
going out bad. So he get my hell no. And then my last hell no goes to these fucking mosquitoes. If have not seen the report, there is a report where 3,000 plus of these little motherfuckers all tested positive for West Nile virus. Know what that means? My black ass is staying inside and I'm not going outside. Okay. I'm not going by any bodies of water. I'm not doing anything, bro. Like, get these little motherfuckers out of here. I don't know what
How'd
it
they
is
get
with
here?
Vegas.
How'd they
Huh?
get here? How'd they get here?
I don't know. It's like the grasshoppers. Where the fuck they come at when they were all like look like the end of the world
They
type of
were
shit a couple
planted
years ago?
here.
Oh, you think they're planted? Why do you think
Mm,
they were planted here?
they want to see if they can survive in this environment, man.
And obviously they are, because these little motherfuckers is
They doing tests.
I've been here all my life. I've never seen a fucking mosquito out here. Now all of a sudden we got 3,000 of these little motherfuckers in
Hmm.
West Nile. Come on, dog.
Yeah,
What we doing?
and they get them from Africa at that
Shout out to all my people in Africa, man. Even though I
all
know they
day.
don't like me. Love y'all. I don't know why they don't like. I get why they don't like American black people, but
I
I
don't.
root for y'all.
But
All I do is root for y'all. I care about y'all too.
all right, my hell no goes to all these dumbass people who are killing Bum B for crying on the stand for talking about him, talking about what this killer did. Almost tried this dude that tried to rob them, broke into their house, had his wife at gunpoint. His wife told him not to come downstairs because he would kill her. And the dude was already convicted. First and foremost, there was nothing else that Bum B could say on that stand that was going to incriminate that kid anymore.
Mhm.
But regardless, it wasn't like, this whole snitch notion that, you getting on the stand and you snitching, you ain't real, like, bro, like, he didn't commit no crimes. He's not indicting nobody by testifying. uh he's a regular bystander. He's 51 years old.
Yeah.
And UGK, I'm sorry, UGK, I've never looked at UGK as some gangsters. They've been more on some pimp player shit, some riding around in your Cadillac type music. That's always been UGK to me.
Hmm.
So this whole notion of this no snitching thing and all this stuff, man, half of you dudes that be in these comment sections talking about, oh, you a snitch, he a rat. Half of y'all would tell on your grandmother if it
I
would
don't
keep
get
you
how
out.
he's a snitch or a rat. How's he a snitch or a rat?
Because he testified about what happened that day. But regardless, the dude was already going to prison for how many years he was going for. So it was ridiculous to see the comment section and people on the timeline calling him a snitch. Oh yeah, snitch.
This young generation. This
Like
young
dog.
generation is fucked.
He should have handled it on his own. Handle what?
He broke into his house, right? He broke into his house,
Had his
and then,
wife at gunpoint.
what are we talking about? Hey, yo, man, this young generation is fucked. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Yeah.
Like,
God
come
bless
on,
any
man.
girlfriends y'all have.
Yeah, for
God
real.
bless y'all. Y'all going through it.
And he cried on the stand because he was helpless. He felt helpless because the man had a gunpoint and she told him, "Don't come downstairs or he'll kill me." Like,
Mm,
how would you feel, dog? That would be emotional to you if there was somebody you love.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Wife, girlfriend, your mama, your sister. Like, come on, man. You probably be up there bawling and crying on that stand too.
That house will never feel like a home because you felt like somebody invaded your own space.
Yeah. So first, I want to give my flowers to Bun B. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To,
for
to
sure.
have the courage to get on that stand and cry and let out his emotion, to that, because he even gave the young man, some advice too, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I just think y'all get the hell no this week
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That whole snitching crap, that's just dumb. Unless you are indicting somebody else, you commit a crime and then you try to take a plea deal, and okay, you want to incriminate that dude for snitching. Hey, whatever. But what Bum B did was not snitching.
I don't even get the whole snitching shit. I don't get that. Why would I do? Why would I go do time for what another motherfucker did? Like, what the fuck kind of sense does that make, dog? I'm losing my life for your dumbass mistakes. Nah, son, y'all bugging. Whoever created that snitch shit, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, I get there's. I don't know. I'm not wasting my life for somebody else's mistakes, bro. That's just nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
All right, man. Let's give a shout out to Glitch Energy Drink.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Glitch. You know, they've been rocking with us for a while. Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preferences, whether in the fruity flavors like Maui Punch, Cherry Bomb, Blue Smurf, and grenades. There's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who simply need a boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Remember to use the promo code ChrisStyleMall to get 10% off your purchase and start, enjoying these great drinks, man. Save a little money off of it, man. So shout out to Glitch.
Yeah, shout out to Glitch Energy Drink. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether you use Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you use to listen to your podcast, the Cris Lamar podcast is available. Go ahead and follow us. Listen to all of our episodes from past to the recent one. Also, if you're a first time YouTube watcher, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the live with us. You can talk about the topics with us. You can give us your opinion. We want to hear from you. We want you guys to be a part of this show just as much as we are. That's why we do these live streams, because we want interaction with the people. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Yes,
Or
sir.
follow us on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, all of them. And then whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, uh, Threads, I think it said Twitch, whatever ones you use to do your social media on, follow us. We'll follow you back, because we're just regular guys who like to talk sports, music, games, whatever. We like to talk about most of the stuff. So I'm saying, we want you guys to follow us. You got feedback, critiques, you got a topic, you got a question you want us to bring up on the show, hit us up via DM or mentions, or hit us up on our email. If we like the question or we like the topic that you give us, we will bring it up on the show. We will shout you out on the show, because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and do that. All right, people. Until next time,
Peace out.
we gone.